Okay. So what happened last time is he was okay. Thank you for everyone who's coming out to watch this on YouTube, and then summary of what happened last time. So he treats his sister for her uncurable disease or whatever it is, and just has to treat her twice a week, and it makes her look all pretty and stuff. So her mom and other sister are like, "I want that too." And then later, skip ahead some time. He's out, and his brother's friends are beating the crap out of him. And then he unlocks a new kind of magic where he infuses it into his body, making him feel no pain or whatever, or stronger, faster, you know. Okay. And then he starts fighting back. Okay, so.
Oh, his brother jumped him. That's what happened, right?
No, his brother wasn't there. But his brother's friends jumped him, basically.
So his brother put a hit on him to jump him.
His brother put a hit out on him. Yep, exactly what happened. Probably exactly like that. Okay. The original plan was to kill them all, erase the evidence, and make sure Orpal wouldn't have. This is a bad start for reading cards. The original plan was to kill them all. You just screwed me up, Carves. I hope you know that. I'm about to put shaving cream all over my screen just so I can't see you. The original plan was to kill them all, erase the evidence, and then make sure Orpal would have an unfortunate accident. As Lith calmed down, however, he realized that it was an idiotic plan and full of holes. If five if 5 young men suddenly disappeared in a sleepy village like Lutia, it's bound to raise a commotion. Also, Orpal knows they were here. Once he discovers they were nowhere to be found, he might come too close to the truth for comfort. I don't want to give him any kind of leverage over. There is also the possibility that these blockheads shared their plans with their siblings. Killing them is the wrong answer. Too many things can go spiraling out of my control. Worst of all, if I make Orpal disappear too, then the whole family would worry and grieve for him. The last thing I want is to turn him into a marty.
Into a martyr.
Martyr. Is that how you spell martyr?
Is it M-A... Is it M-A-R-T-Y-R?
Yeah.
Martyr.
Turn him into a marty.
Turn him into a...
Oh, he said sorry. Is my reading that bad? Or are you finally getting tired? Is my reading already putting you to sleep? He did say 20 minutes, and it has been 20 minutes. Okay, well, he keeps typing. I'm going to go back to reading. I want him to pay. To suffer for the rest of his miserable life, Lith thought. While in deep thought, Lith would release streams of lightning from his right hand, keeping the spell active for a couple seconds. then giving his assailants a few moments of relief before zapping them again. They had already lost control of their bladder and bowels multiple times. When they were not writhing in pain, they were sobbing and begging for mercy. I can't let this trash off easy. Lith made sure that there was a pause between each shock. The short interval without pain would leave the boys thinking that their torture was finally over, only to have Lith renew the shocks. He also tried to keep the time between shocks long enough to make sure that the boys' bodies would never adapt to the pain.
That's
He's just a
terrible.
master of torture. Making sure each shock hurt just as much as the first. Punishing them is not enough. I want to break them, he thought. There were too many variables, and Lith was sick of running around in circles. He decided to resort to a modified version of his first plan back on Earth. Anyone here or anyone watching that doesn't remember his first plan on Earth? The guy killed his brother, and so he basically kidnaps the guy, sets a timer for, what was it, like 37 minutes, which is how long that his brother had to wait for an ambulance or something.
Yeah, like
And
yeah.
I just did a thing. Whoopsie. And then, so he shot the guy in the kidney, which basically is deadly because his kidney released toxins everywhere. And then is like, if someone busts through this door before this time, then you will be safe. Just lying to the poor people. And then, after the timer is up, he basically shoots the guy. He shoots the guy in the head and then shoots himself in the head. With Nerf guns, obviously, totally. In case YouTube gets upset. Okay. Those guys were trash too. I wonder how they reacted after my death. After the photos were leaked all over the internet with their names tagged. Lith had a cruel smile at the thought of his revenge, backstabbing them after so many years. With the final spell, Lith made the 5 youths lose consciousness, arranging their bodies with spirit magic. I must keep both spirit and fusion magic a secret. So I need to stage a scenario from which I could have emerged victorious with just normal magic. After encirclement, an encirclement is too much for a 5-year-old. I'm a fan. I'll fan them out, he thought. He put the wooden stick back in the hand of its owners, making sure it was smeared with blood. Lith arranged the final details when he heard someone calling his name from afar. Damn it, I spent too much time thinking my family must have sent someone looking for me. This screws up the good part of my play. I must play it by ear and hope they did not send Orpal, or it's going to get ugly. Lith looked through the windows and what?
Can't he just like lay on the floor and start crying like a 5-year-old?
But then why are they unconscious?
Or maybe he's like a really strong 5-year-old and just doesn't understand what he's doing.
I
That was
committed
like,
murder and I didn't understand it. It'll be
yeah.
fine.
Well, are you gonna believe the 5-year-old or like the 3 teenage boys that, or like the
The
teenage
three
boys that beat up
teenage
the
boys
5-year-old?
that are basically dead on the ground. Okay. Lith looked through the window, spotting approaching Celia's house with a long and fast strides. Good, it's Mom. Rena or Dad would have been better, but I can work with this. When she got close enough, Lith responded to her call with a moan. I almost moaned the word moan. With a moan. Slowly opening the door while begging for help. Alina started running with all of her strength. Once she walked through the door, what she saw was bone chilling. There was blood everywhere, teeth on the ground, and Lith was almost unrecognizable. He was losing a lot of blood from multiple injuries. His face was swollen to the point that his eyes were barely visible amidst the black and blue, all the black and blue. Lith was holding his left arm like it hurt, and every time he opened his mouth to talk, Alina could see the bloody ruin it had become. Mom, thank goodness it was you. Lith's voice was distorted by his injuries and a lisp. Oh, um, thank God, I'm not retrying that. Was afraid they would get up before I could call for help. They tried to kill me, Mom. I didn't have the strength to fight anymore. Alina quickly embraced him, hearing him yelp and feeling him quiver from the pain caused by such a gentle touch. Your turn.
Oh, my baby, my poor baby, who did this to you?
Now she's southern in this chapter. Okay. My baby, who did this to you? They really just change accents every time.
They do. It's like it's like it's like the narrators are just two people who really don't know what they're doing, but they're doing it anyways.
Alright. I feel like by chapter like 200 we'll have it down.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, so far there's 3,000 plus chapters to get it figured out. You're like, what did I sign up for? The two of them started to cry at the same time. Alina because she was scared to death. Lith because his mother's embrace. While in his mother's embrace, he could finally allow himself to vent all his rage and fears. Horrible! It's Horrible's fault. These are all his friends. They even told me the plan when they thought I was about to die. Alina was shocked by those words, refusing to believe such a terrible thing. But those five really were, Orple's closest friends. One of them, Rizzle, was even a whole Rizzle, Rizzlord, Rizzle,
The Rizzler.
Rizzle. I'm just gonna call him Rizzle or Rizzy. No, Rizzy's worse. Rizzy is worse. Rizzle,
You got that.
Rizzle.
You got that skibbity Ohio Riz.
Nope. No, 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 no. Did you
Oh.
learn your lesson? Did you learn your lesson?
Well, now I gotta get back into the stream. He closed up my pop-up.
Did you learn your lesson? Did you learn your lesson?
You started it.
Rizel, one of them, Rizel, was even holding his grandfather's wooden stick, and it was stained with the blood of his enemies. Alina looked at Lith's head, easily spotting the bruises and cuts shaped like the cane.
Why would they assault you? And how could they possibly know that today Celia was out of
Celia,
town? Celia, who gives a who gives a damn? Elena thought out loud.
among all the sobbing and crying, Lith was inwardly smiling. Feeding her facts was a last resort. It was a much deeper impact if she put the pieces together by herself.
Oh, can't you heal yourself even a little bit? Lena's voice was full of worry. Her son's condition seemed dire. Lith was expecting this question.
Now that I had time to recover, I could, but I won't. Oh wait. Now that I had time to recover, I could, but I won't.
Why?
That answer made no sense to her. Elena started to worry that his injuries were affecting his mind. Because you and Dad decide what to do with Orpal. I want you to take a good look at what he did to me. Lith screamed and coughed a mouthful of blood from the wound he had reopened on purpose. Orpal has always hated me. No matter if I help you all with the chores or your health, he does not care about how much game I bring to the table or money to our house. Nothing is ever enough for him. Lith kept screaming and sobbing. Am I such an awful son and such a terrible brother to deserve this? Lith hugged her with all his strength, bawling his eyes out. Elena was at a loss for words, but only for a moment. She held her son tightly, raising him up from the ground and carrying him back home. Then she. What?
Oh no, I thought I lost my place, but never mind.
We're at a funny number percent, by the way.
Uh,
Then she
oh,
brought the whole family to Celia's house to let them witness the scene with their own eyes. The matter was too serious. She could not hide it from her children. When Orpal saw Lith, he became pale as a goat. Alina refused to call him by his name, and Gaius, if Glares could kill, he was certain that she would make him leave field feet first. When the heck went wrong? These morons knew the plan. They only had to rough him up and teach him respect and humility. Most importantly, to force him to shut his damn mouth. Now my stupid parents will never let me hear the end of it, Orpal thought.
he's a
When he
little.
saw...
He's kind of a little.
What?
He's kind of a little bitch, honestly.
I avoided saying fuck.
Sorry,
And then
whoopsie
you
daisy.
immediately go, oh, he's kind of a little bitch. I love that.
Well, see, you don't, as long as you don't swear in the first 30 seconds, it's fine on YouTube.
Avoid saying fuck, and then he's kind of a little bitch, isn't he? Oh, my bit rate is fine, I guess. Let me check real quick. I don't know why it would be so low. I have nothing online that would slow it down. Unless that's slowing it down. There we go. Nothing should be slowing it down now. What does my stream look? Oh, what's the matter with why is my bit rate so bad? Sorry, this is a thing that needs to be fixed.
Oh, that's fine. I'm figuring out how to make a box in Blender because I can't find the cube option.
What are you doing? I don't know. Is it running smooth now? Hello, camera. It looks like it is. Running smoother, at least. Good. Okay, I think I've got it working smoother now. I don't know why it's dying, but and it's gone back to crapping itself. Nice. Gotta love when it does that. I need to get back to reading, but I can't do that while dealing with this crap. Okay. I think it's working now. We're gonna hope it is. And we're gonna get back to reading. Okay.
Alright.
And then she brought the whole family back to Celia's house and long witnessed the scene with her eyes. This matter was too serious. Good hiding from the children. Can't pay off the ghost. He's born to make a plan. When he saw the blood on the floor. Oh wait, I should wait on chat for the ad, or should I? Okay. We're gonna do a small discussion time. So far, what's your thoughts on this chapter?
Uh, he just sounds kind of conniving like he usually is.
Yeah. Okay, ad break's almost over, so we're gonna start back. When he saw the blood on the floor, with his friends still there and out cold, he felt his life was falling apart. As soon as Alina let him do it, Raz embraced Lith before checking his condition. After that, he looked around the room, easily recognizing the 5 culprits. Rena, go call their parents. Take Tista with you. I don't want her to hear what I'm about to say. Raz was even paler than Orpal, clenching his fist so hard that they started to bleed. Elena had whispered to him only 3 words after coming back with Lith. Orpal did it. In the beginning, he had refused to believe that one of his beloved children could do such things. But the truth appeared so horrifyingly simple to his eyes. No one outside of the family knew that Lith worked for Celia. No one could possibly have known on that exact day and time Lith would be left alone at Celia's house. But the most painful and irrefutable truth. Why can I so easily read the most painful and irrefutable truth, but I can't read normal sentences?
Words.
Was that no one but Orpal could possibly resent Lith so much. He barely knew anyone outside of his family and their closest friends. Lith had always worked so hard to help them, especially Tista, that he never had time to make friends or anything. Raz felt those thoughts ripping his heart out of his chest. But he had to know. Did you do Did you do it? Raz looked Orpal straight in the eyes. A terrible silence fell in the room, revealing the truth that Raz was trying so hard to deny, looking for a possible alternative explanation, but there wasn't any. How could you possibly do this to your own brother? Tears were streaming from his eyes. Dad, I swear, it's not what you think. I can explain. Orpal was desperately trying to find a plausible excuse. Is there any... Is there anything to explain? Raz roared out of anger. Aren't those your friends? Yes, but it wasn't you who told them what to do. It wasn't you who planned how, when, and where to ambush Lith. It wasn't because of your plan that he was almost beaten to death. In God's name, how could you possibly explain this? All of that. And because it wasn't the plan, they didn't listen to me. Just like you. You never listen to what I say. You never let me have my way. Always siding with Leech and the cripple. You never say, you don't never on my side. Never. They got carried away? Is that your explanation? Explanation? Exclamation. Raz didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Do you mean that ambushing and beating your brother, my son, is perfectly fine as long as they do it with moderation? He raised his fist, tempted to give Orpal a taste of his own medicine, but Elena stopped him.
I'm looking. I'm looking for. Uh, too too much blood has been. Too much blood has already been shed today. Don't do it. You'd only harm yourself. He is beyond saving. Oh, burn.
Elena was
Burn.
crying too, but her face and tone were stone cold. She had already made up her mind. Raz was too heartbroken to stand anymore. He sat down on the nearest chair and wept. You're right, my love. You're right, my love. I've lost count of the times I tried to make him understand that respect is something you must give before receiving it. That we are his parents, not his friends. We are supposed to help our children understand their mistakes, not enable it. The gods know that I've tried to teach him that his siblings are not servants. That a man's authority lies in the lies in the responsibility he shoulders, not how strong he is. I know I have not been a perfect father, but I did the best I could. I don't know what to do with him anymore, Elena. Raz wiped his tears, looking at his wife to support.
I agree. Even now, he doesn't show remorse. He never loved his brother. He started to steal his food and calling him names even before Lith was able to walk. He is clearly unable to understand the enormity of what he did. Now they're just calling it. Now they're just calling him stupid.
Which person is saying this? They don't tell us.
I think it's
Raz?
maybe.
Or I think it's her because it's more of the caring side.
Oh yeah. I believe that if we allow this to continue, he will do it again. If not to Lith, to Tista. I'm not going to let him do more harm to our family.
She held Raz's hand tight, searching for the strength she needed. But I think we
This is they don't tell you who it is. I think the
I think we should disown him, strip him of his name, and report him together with his accomplices for attempted murder to the village
militia.
militia. What did I say?
Melissa.
To the village Melissa. Hey, girlfriend. I said it so confidently too. Okay. Thanks, my love. Raz had no more tears to cry. His resolve was steeled, and his voice was hardened. I don't think I had the strength in me to say it. I think she said that. I think she said that, not him.
Well, whatever.
Okay. End of chapter 15. Thoughts on the chapter? You talk to them while I go refill my water.
Oh, they roasted him and then they called him stupid. That's that kind of feels about like what it was. Yeah, I'd be a terrible entertainer. Oh, let's see, where is? Yeah, they. I don't really have that many thoughts on it, honestly.
You are a horrible entertainer.
Yeah.
They roasted him and they called him stupid.
Yeah, yeah. I'm probably better off just being in the background, being like a freaking writer or something.
Okay, listen, we got this. So summary of that chapter, real quick. I'm gonna do a quick 2-second summary. Um, his mother shows up after he beat the crap out of them. He fakes an injury. Well, he doesn't really fake it. I feel like he just doesn't
He
heal
just like
himself.
dramatizes it better.
He dramatizes it. Um, and then he's like, "Oh, mother, I'm hurt. It was my brother Orpal. Ah, owie, hurt, ow." And then they're about to
he
disown him.
he actually started acting like a 5-year-old. That's what happened.
Yep. Okay. Next chapter. Chapter 16. Revelation. After those words, Orpal fell to his knees. His world was crumbling beneath his feet. All he knew, all he planned for, all he dreamt about had disappeared in the space of a single word. Disowned. It meant that he was dishonorably banished from his own family, leaving him with nothing he could call his own. He had just become a nameless, penniless orphan. When the parents of other boys arrived, things escalated quickly. Seeing their boys broken and unconscious in a foreign house, stinking of their own feces and urine, they demanded an
You just can't read that word.
explanation, exclamation. Will you say it?
Explanation.
Explanation. They were all long-term friends, so it was easy for Raz to make them calm down enough to have a civil conversation at least. You, Raz ordered to the nameless kid. Wow. Legion20 didn't even bother to name some of the kids. Explain what you did. Despite still being in shock, he was already angry enough to return to his old self. Um, if I must go down, I'll bring them all with me. We'll share the same destiny, so I won't be alone. I refuse to be the only one to pay for this, he thought. Oh wait, he thought I didn't have to do like a snarky voice for him.
Who cares? He's a snarky kid.
I mean, if he was a true friend, he would have taken all the blame, you know?
Yeah, he's not a true friend. He's just like he's a scumbag.
Okay, let's continue. It's taken us almost an hour to read through one chapter. Even though that chapter was short. Okay. Oh, good. I don't have to do that voice much more. The nameless one confessed to all that he had always hated his brother. Oh, wait, this is Orpal.
Hmm.
They stripped him of his name, remember?
Oh yeah, because they disowned him.
He planned
You're not my
to
child anymore. Screw you.
the nameless one confessed that he had always hated his brother and how he always planned to and teach him discipline and respect with the help of his friends. When he had finished, everyone in the room was appalled, refusing to believe those words. They'd always known Orpel as a good, kind young man.
Wow.
Lith, can you tell us what happened here exactly? I don't know who it is, so I just made up a voice.
It's fun.
Lith acted like he was reluctant to leave his mother's embrace. However, after a dramatic pause, he stepped forward. Romeo, let me enlighten you. I'm just imagining. Okay. He made sure to emphasize his wounds by limping and holding his left arm. He winced with pain at every step. As you all know, my family has a lot of expenses. My sister's ill, since I'm quite talented in chore magic. Celia pays me to clean her house. I give the money to my parents to help make ends meet. I have to carefully pick words for this speech. If they don't feel
Yeah.
pity and compassion for a beaten up 5-year-old after this sob story, these guys are a bunch of full blown psychopaths. Lid thought. Today, Miss Celia is out of town. I was alone in here when your son suddenly barged in and started beating me. He held his arms out, turning around to let them see how battered he was. I tried defending myself as my dad taught me, but they were too big and strong. Lilith started to cry again. I had to use magic to defend myself. I was so scared. I really thought I was gonna die. He returned to Alina's embrace, weeping nonstop. I did great not knowing he was weeping. Holy cow!
He's actually being a 5-year-old now.
I did amazing. Poor kid, said Broman. Broman? Broman? What's up, Broman? Rizel's father, picking up a wooden stick from his son's hand. This piece of trash even dared to use his grandfather's only memento. Alina, Raz, Lith, I offer you my most sincere apology. I failed as a man and as a father to raise such snakes in the grass. Whatever your decision is, I will comply without questions. But first, Broman, Bruman. I'm gonna call him Bruman. I feel like I'm gonna laugh every time I say Broman.
Or like Brahmin.
Brahmin. No, Brahmin's worse. Broman
That's what the people
splashed
called him.
Rizel's face with a bucket of dirty water to bring him back to consciousness. He needed to hear the truth from his own son. He could not fully believe. He still could not fully believe his own eyes. Dad, what are you doing? No, that's more like a Starbucks girl. Dad, what are you doing here? Dad, what are you doing here? Rizzler held his throbbing chin when he suddenly recalled what happened. All the eyes were on him, including Lith's. The same cold eyes that glowed with blue energy right before he would unleash a bolt of lightning. I asked the question, old man. Old man. I asked the question, young man. If you don't want another beating or worse, you better tell the truth. What in God's name were you all doing here? Terrified by both his father and his tormentor, Frizel could only speak the truth. One after another, the four remaining boys were woken up and forced to tell the whole story. One of them tried to expose Lith's torture, but his father made him shut up with a strong a strong slap in the face. Holy cow! He was like, "Don't you dare lie to me, son! Pop, pop. Don't lie." That's what I'm just imagining. Five against one. Five against one. A little kid. Five against a little kid, and you still have the gall to blame him for going all out on you. Our families have been friends for generations, and your actions have dishonored us all. When we get back home, I'll show you what real torture is.
Oh,
What?
you know what? Actually, I don't. That dad is goated. That is a goated father right there.
He probably has a nice switch um bush out behind his house. You know what I'm talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Or maybe take him behind the shed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Uh, what a moron! Lith inwardly laughed. Their credibility was less than zero. They can tell whatever they want. It'll only appear like a pathetic excuse of a criminal caught red-handed. Raz, what do you want us to do? I'm gonna. What was his voice? I'm gonna disown Orpal, and then report them all for attempted murder. I won't ask anything from you. We all know how hard it is being a parent, especially in moments like this. I just wanted you to hear it from me before I go to the village chief. I will not disown. I will not disown my son. Not yet, at least. Roman said. But I can promise you that I will not do. I will do nothing to defend him anyway, from the consequences of his actions. And when I get back home, I will make sure that he will never have the opportunity to harm your family again. They all went to Lucia, where the village chief listened to the boys' 6 confessions before pronouncing the sentence. I'm imagining this is some super old dude.
Yeah.
After hearing all the facts and testimonies, I hereby sentence the 6 of you to 4 hours of pillory, where you will be shaved of all your hair and whipped 10 times for your crime. And after that, you will spend 3 days in jail to reconsider your actions. Any objections? After the present shook his hand. All those present shook their hand. I have a question, Lith said. For me or for the prisoners, young man? For them, can I ask? But of course, ask him anything you want. I'm just imagining he has that old man cough.
Yeah.
Lithma nodded and moved in front of Riza. Did Treon know? Did Treon know? Of course he did, Orpal screamed. He always stood by my side, unlike you, leech. Lith
Well,
ignored
I
him.
mean, like for Lith, it's like crazy. Orville never allowed Lith to stand by his side, so he has like no like footing
Yeah.
on that argument.
Did he? I mean, did he? Did he? No, Rizzler looked at Orpal with eyes filled with disgust. We planned everything when we were alone. Orpal said that he didn't trust Treon enough. That Treon was a spineless coward, and that he feared that he would rat us out. Thanks, Lith spoke, then spoke to the village chief again. Could you please reduce his sentence? He sincerely helps my whole family. His sincerity helps my whole family. It clears out doubts. It clears our doubts, and my brother's name as well. But of course, if the victim asks for mercy, how could I possibly refuse? Riza will only receive 5 lashings, and after the pillory time has passed, his family is free to bring him home. Is that okay with you, young man? Are you okay, sir? You seem like you're about to die.
Yeah.
Lift nodded, and Broman shook Lift's hand, while his wife was weeping with joy. Thanks, Lift. That means a lot for my poor Lisa. I will not forget your kindness. I'm sure you will become a great man, just like your father. I'm just imagining this is when, like, if it was a TV show, they'd plug the TV show name in it. Just like your
Yeah.
father, a Supreme Magnus. His father isn't a Supreme Magnus, but you know what I'm saying. Just
Yeah.
like your father. Lith was completely satisfying. Satisfying. Was completely satisfied with that outcome. I didn't know that disowning a son, especially a firstborn, was possible. Everything went even better than I imagined. Orpal's friends just can't wait to get some alone time in jail with him once his sentence is over. He is doomed. Either someone from the village adopts him, seeing something that I find hard to believe, or he will be deported to the nearest orphanage. I can't English, but okay. He will be deported to the nearest orphanage. Okay. Thinking back, wait. Following days were really hard. Oh wait, no, I'm just failing.
Oh, that's fine. I'm realizing how trying to like
I
keeping
don't
like
think my parents can bear losing 2 sons at once. Something that I find. Wait, I hope to get rid of Treon too, but maybe that's for the best. I don't think my parents could bear losing 2 sons at once. Between their happiness and getting even with that idiot, they come first by a landslide, with thought. The following days were really hard for Alina, and Treon. The couple needed quite some time before overcoming their grief. It was really hard for them to accept that the kind and bright boy that they brought up for almost 12 years was gone forever. Even worse, they started to suspect that the Orpal they knew never really existed. Thinking back to all the bad things he did and said over all those years, he might as well have been deceiving them all along. Treon was the one having the hardest time. He had lost his favorite sibling and his family's trust at the same time. Despite Rizel having cleared his name, the suspicions remained. How could he have been so close to Orville yet never noticed anything? I can't blame them. In their shoes, I would think of me as either a liar or a complete idiot. Treon didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Lith, Rion, Rena, and Tista instead were having time the time of their lives. They did their best to avoid their parents noticing. They would get more food and better food, clothing, and they didn't have to tolerate Orpal's. I just need a second to focus up. I'm just like stuttering all over.
Oh, that's fine.
Water time, that's what I need. Wow, someone happened. It totally wasn't me who slut did hydrate. Okay, I'm gonna start back up here. Lith, Rena, and Tista, instead, were having the time of their lives, even if they did their best to avoid their parents from noticing. They would get more and better food, clothes, and they didn't have to tolerate Orpal's mean words, nor his petty jokes anymore. Plus, there were all the gifts from the five families sent to them as an apology. Both girls had stopped considering Orpal as a brother the day he made the protest to get rid of Tista, calling her a cripple. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's kind of a
He was like, "You damn crip."
he's kind of like the worst of the worst.
Mm-hmm. Liz, however, had never considered Orpal as a brother. His only worry was for his parents, so he tried to lessen their burden as much as he could. Lith's magic was strong enough that he could till and plow the fields with earth magic. He could also hunt for much bigger prey. His aim was now set on deer, boars, and bears, all whose pelt could be sold for more than a pretty penny. The time for the spring festival was nearing, and Lith wanted some extra money to buy something nice for his parents and sister. Treon was still a stranger to him. The spring festival was held mid-spring during the equinox to celebrate the time when the light had finally overcome the darkness and the cold of winter. Lith happily play Lith was happily playing in the Tron woods, looking for the best opportunity to kill a huge boar. Damn it, the neck and skin are too thick to break at my current level of spirit magic. Fire and thunder could easily put it down, but that would mean damaging either the meat or the pelt or meat. I need to get creative. The boar's movements would always were all The boar's movements were easy to predict, since it would always charge in a straight line. Thanks to air fusion, Lith's body was fast enough to dodge the charges with ease, as long as he managed to prevent the beast from coming too close. When an oxen went mad, my father told me that the best way to put it down was a strike at the legs instead of the head. Once you take away their mobility, beasts like this are easy prey. At the next charge, Lith conjured a thick layer of ice before dodging. When the boar stepped on the ice, it lost its footing and spun like a top. I'm just imagining that. The boar crashed against a huge oak Lith had aligned it with, its bones snapping on impact. Lith closed in enough not to miss his next shot, but always keeping a safe distance. Cornered prey is the most dangerous prey. Always respect the prey. Never underestimate it.
Underestimate. Estimate.
Underestimate it. It only needs one hit to kill you. Lith remembered Celia's teaching. Lith made a finger gun. A pew 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 pew. Aligning it with his target before shooting an ice arrow just into the left eye to be on the safe side. Okay, it's dead now. Now the problem is, how the heck do I carry it out of the woods? My spirit magic may not be enough to carry a several hundred kilogram dead animal all the way back to Celia's house. Even if I do manage to do it, how can I explain it? Lith was nervously tapping with a finger on a nearby tree, trying to think of a solution before he had to fight and defend his game when the dead animal suddenly disappeared. What the fuck? Since when do boars vanish into thin air? Who's there? He promptly activated life vision, scanning the surroundings, searching for his enemy, but the only living being he could find were small birds and rodents. Okay, this is getting creepy, but I need to get my boar back. I worked hard for that boar. It's my boar. He promptly The boar appeared back on the ground, very close to Lith, making him jump away in fright. Why are you messing with me? Who are you? Oh, wait. Why are you messing with me? Who are you? Lith screamed while checking out the best escape routes. An invisible enemy could kill me easily. Screw the boar. I need to get out of here fast, he thought. Oh, it's a feminine. Just read.
No.
Just read.
There is no need to escape.
A gentle. You read that.
All right.
It's part of
A
yours.
gentle feminine voice. Because I want to say Eminem. Feminine voice replied in his mind. I'm not your enemy, my host.
Okay, if you want to scare me to death, you're doing a great job. What do you mean by host? Where the heck are you? Lith kept looking around. The enemy somehow was untraceable, even by his magic senses.
Is it the stone?
I don't know. Yes. Read.
Oh. Stop looking around, host. I'm where you put me. Around your neck.
Lith instinctively grabbed the pouch and threw it away. He could finally see that both the life flow, force, and mana flow of the stone were bigger than ever. Lith had always kept it in a blind spot, and since it was useless, he forgot to check it with light vision since the day of the ambush. Okay, I hate riddles, so tell me who and what you are, or I'll leave. As much as it pains me to lose such a game, it's not worth having a creepy, mysterious stone talking in my head 24/7.
Please don't. The voice turned desperate. I'll die without my host.
She's country, okay. Enough with enough with the riddles. What the heck are you?
Our minds are linked.
Now she's
It's
a
easier to
completely different region.
I don't know. I'm trying to make it not sound seductive because for some reason when I whisper like that, it sounds seductive, and I'm not trying to.
Well, she's speaking into his mind, so it's like
Okay.
loud but not loud. So I want to go quiet.
So like Merida's beacon from Skyrim. A
Sure.
new hand has touched the beacon.
A new hand. A new
Yeah.
challenger has entered the Goblet of Fire. Oh, wait, wrong series.
Alright. Gotcha. Our minds are linked. It's easier to show rather than tell.
Suddenly, Lith's mind was filled with images and memories that were not his own. He could have thought he had been teleported away if the images weren't full of holes, allowing him to still see part of the woods through them.
Just sorry, I was writing something.
It seems like you're going to need to be a lot more reading if he has a talking girl in his mind.
Okay, let's see.
I'm sorry, but my powers are mostly depleted. This is the best I can do. What?
Okay. I'm sorry, but my power's almost depleted. This is the best I can do.
Lith could see a gigantic towers whose vaults was so deep that it could reach the bottom of the ocean. It's so high. It was its top so high, it looked like it could touch the sky. He could perceive that the whole structure was a giant magical artifact pulsing with mana. At some point, the tower's owner had died. Without their mana to nourish its core, the tower began to decline. Centuries passed. While the tower kept looking for the next host, using illusions to send away all those who it deemed not talented enough or worthy, or unworthy. Over time, the tower spent all of its power, and to avoid death, it had been forced to self-sacrifice. To prolong its existence, it started to consume its own walls, floors, everything within itself, even its memories. More centuries had passed, now that only the tower's core was left behind, barely the size of of a pebble. It had nothing left except its sense of self,
Oh,
preferring death over becoming a mindless tool. The tower's core attempted a desperate gamble. It sent a signal that any being with a bare minimum magical power to sustain its life could proceed. The clock was ticking. Every second that passed, the tower core could feel its life slipping away. When the first one to answer the call turned out to be the Rye, the tower's core had tried to communicate with the babies, but to no avail. The beast's mind was too different from the first host, making the mind link impossible. Hope was lost. The tower could only wait for its end. But then its savior arrived, rescuing the tower's core from the beast's maw. He used his own blood to bond himself with the tower's core, right before it fell into a deep slumber to recover from its wounds. The images disappeared, leaving Lith alone with the pouch and the dead boar. Lith's mind was overwhelmed, incapable of any thought outside of stupid jokes. Does this make us married or what? Does this make us married or what? Does this make us married? Does this make us married? Another super fat chapter, almost 2,700 words. Oh, wow! I knew that one felt long. Is this one also another long one? No. Okay. I don't know, that seems pretty long, but whatever.
Alright. You want me to?
I'll just let you read this page.
Oh, okay. What do you say to that? The feminine voice asks. Let's see. Well, back on my world, being bonded for life with someone you would not have any intimacy with was the joke definition of marriage. That's funny. The voice chuckled. And also kind of sad. Ne- never mind the jokes. Let me get this straight. Oh no, that's him. Never mind the jokes. Let me get this straight. You were once a mighty artifact full of treasures and knowledge. Now everything you had and knew is lost. Plus, you are diminished to the size of a marble. Am I missing something? No, all of your statements are correct. You also didn't pick me because of my talent or virtue, solely because I possess, and I quote, the bare minimum magical powers to sustain your life. That makes me nothing more than an off-brand life support system. That is not exactly right. I am now bonded with you until your death do us part. That sounds more and more like marriage, Lith grunted. I am no parasite. You can see me as a symbiote. We will both benefit from our relationship. How? Are you saying that if you manage to get your strength back, you will also recover your memories and magical artifacts? No, those are lost forever. I'm just like you. When you grow up, can you spit the food you have eaten in the past back up and pass it on to someone else? No, the same applies to me. And what's in it for me? The pleasure of your company? At the moment, all I can offer you is a pocket dimension. Say what? Oh, do you want me to keep reading?
Yeah, you're good.
Uh, one, let's see. One moment, I'm looking at your memories to make it easier to understand. It works like a Dungeons and Looting's bag of keeping. That, oh, no, wait, that's the voice. One moment, I'm looking at your memories to make it easier to understand. It works like a Dungeons and Looting's bag of keeping. That's interesting. Luth pondered. I could call him Luth. An interdimensional space where I can store my stuff without being hindered by its weight. How big is this pocket dimension? 10 cubic meters big. It can store anything that amounts up to such a volume, no matter the weight, as long as it's something inanimate. A cruel intuition flashed in Lith's eyes. Can it also store things like lightning, fireballs, or incoming arrows? If so, that would be an invaluable tool for both offense and defense. No. The voice code.
No.
This pocket the pocket dimension is outside space and time, so it rejects both life and kinetic energy. Feeling its host's disappointment, the voice quickly added, this also means whatever you store will not rot, cool down, or warm up. A roasted blinker would be kept hot and tasty, frozen at the moment you finished cooking it. That barely qualifies as a silver lining. Despite how long their chat seemed to take, it was only happening inside their minds. barely a second had passed after Lith had access to the stone's memories. Whatever, at least you saved me from my current predicament. Now I know how to bring the boar back. I just need a decent excuse to explain how I managed it. The stone mind shrugged. Keep it simple. Drop it at the edge of the woods and tell Celia that you managed to kite it to that spot before killing it. It should be easier to believe that the truth.
Lip
Lith nodded.
nodded. Resourceful and smart. The fact that our minds are linked still creeps me out. But thanks to that, I can see you have no malice or hidden agendas. One sec.
Uh,
Yeah. You say. Yeah. If you really are what you say to be, I'll keep you. True loyalty is too rare of a commodity to turn it down. When you find it, so am I convinced of your good faith, consider yourself on probation. Lith put the pouch back around his neck and the board in the pocket dimension. By the way, I keep calling you and Stone. Do you have a name? No, the voice said. Sounded really sad. I lost it, like everything. Don't be a, don't be a powder. A name is a name. You can call me Derek, Lith, Host, CZ Delta.
from the alien. When he was an alien.
Yeah. I'll always be the same cynical, misanthropic, lying, cutthroat guy I've always been. Would you like me to name you? Yes, please. Lith had a name ready since he heard the tower's core story. You're supposed to be a great artifact, so I'll name you after the greatest. Albeit, albeit,
Albeit.
albeit fictional, magical forge master that I know.
I always admired when I was a kid.
I always admired when I was a kid. Soulless. Thank you, Lith. I like how it sounds. Oh, wait.
Thank you, Lith. I like how it sounds. I really appreciate that you named me after someone you loved rather than give me a pet name like Happy or Lucky.
Lith had an odd sense that Soulless's mind was blushing. They spent their whole time on the way back chatting. Lith was really interested in understanding the limits and uses of his new partner's skill set. After asserting that both Lith and Solus could activate the pocket dimension, he proceeded to pick the right spot. He needed to be close enough to the edge of the woods and covering it enough to make spotting the boar from a distance impossible. There were countless things that could go wrong, leaving a dead animal alone, even for a few minutes. A passerby who claims it as his kill, a scavenger believing it had lucked out, finding a free meal. Take your pick. With my luck, I never trust the odds.
You trust no one.
Solus changed to a flat tone. Solus's voice changed to a flat tone. You betcha. That's life rule number 1. Rule number 2, no good deed goes unpunished. What?
Oh yeah, that's a real saying.
Is it?
Yes. No good deed goes unpunished.
Whatever. Lith used to earth and wind magic to mess up the surroundings, mimicking the signs of a struggle left by his previous fight with the boar. Bah, all this effort, and I get such sloppy results. If Celius throws a second glance at this scene, she'll expose my lie. I can only hope that the prize catches her eye enough to not ask any questions. He then gently dropped the pouch on the ground. As soon as you receive my signal, take the boar out of the pocket dimension. I'll be back in a jiffy. Without waiting for a reply, Lith started running at full speed towards Celia's house. Once out of their mind link range, 10 meters, 10.9 yards. How many miles is that? That's not that's nowhere close to a mile.
Hmm.
Lith could finally breathe a sigh of relief. Damn it, leaving her like that was a horrible move. She surely knows the real reason why I did it. It's hard to accept that someone else is in your head, reading every single one of your most embarrassing thoughts in memories. Not to mention that in DNL, every sentiment artifact was usually a bag full of troubles, trying to mind control the owner or something. I know it's just fiction, but what if I stumbled onto this world's lone ring like a bialistic, like a book that I have no idea what it is? Lith
Okay, wait.
shrugged his head, his body covered in a cold sweat. I bet as soon as we're back together, she'll access his inner monologue too. Damn my life, no pain, no gain is what they all say. If she really is what she says, she's worth the risk. At least I have someone who finally knows the real me. A few minutes later, Sully and Lith approaching the drop spot, riding the two-horse cart she used to move the heaviest goods around.
Is it really so big that it requires two horses?
I think one should be enough to move it once it's loaded. The second is necessary to drag it onto the cart easily. I mean, the second is necessary to drag it onto the cart easily. Once Lith and Celia jumped down from their ride, he gave Solus the signal. Celia detached the horses, guiding them by the bridle. Bridle. I don't know which it
Um,
is. Why is my bit rate
the
so
the
bad?
bridle, yeah, the brittle or that one, that the bridle, yeah, whatever
My bit rate's
words.
bad again. I don't know why, but Lith took the thick ropes necessary to make a harness for the boar with him, making it easy for the horses to drag it out of the woods and into the cart. When Celia saw the game with her own eyes, she whistled with approval. I'm just imagining that.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
Good gods!
or
Oh wait,
or or,
this is your line.
uh, judging from its size, it was really
Good
close to becoming a
gods.
mess. Oh wait, what? Oh, good God! This thing be around 300 kilograms.
Just say it in
You weren't
pounds.
you weren't boasting as usual. Oh,
I never
right.
boast. Lith used spirit magic to stealthily recover the pouch, while Celia was engrossed in sizing up the beast. So,
Please, all men do. Celia clicked her tongue. You
Celia,
are not an exception. With all your magic and secrets, you want me to believe you do not enjoy your short, dark, and toothless act?
she added,
She added.
laughing out loud. It's not my fault I have a lisp. A lisp. I think that I have a lisp trying to say lisp. It's not my fault I have a lisp. A lisp.
Meow.
Now is it? Why? Lith was pissed off by her non-stop mockery of his new voice. Will you ever let me hear the end of it? That's you.
Let's see here. Uh, I'm sorry, I really am. It's just that your tough boy attitude is even more hilarious now that you have a lisp.
Your tough boy attitude. The first time she had heard him call her Felia, or Felia, she had laughed hard enough to fall from her chair, hugging her belly.
Judging from its size, it was really close to becoming a magical beast. We could have sold it for a much bigger sum. It's kind of sad.
Yeah,
That's
if
with
it was a magic beast, it would be much deader now, with rebuke. I would be much better now.
deader.
Only once they got back to her house and started bleeding the game did Sally get her business attitude back. Why am I having problems right now? One sec.
Mm.
Will you open up the stream and see if it's laggy for you? Real quick.
If I can open up, like, let's see, where do I have Opera open? I want to stop freaking yawning, man.
Then just do it.
That's not how it fucking works.
It's not how it works. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, you're kind of lagging a bit.
I don't know why it's doing that though. Stop. I mean, the most I can do to stop it is fire all you open.
Did Twitch roll back its weird fucking chain? Cause now it's like now the website's back to normal.
I don't know. Give me a second.
Huh.
I've got to close out a few things. Okay, I should be good now. I've closed out all the softwares that I'm not using. I don't know why they were open. But
Yeah, you're running a bit smoother now.
okay.
Yeah, no, I guess they rolled their stuff back because now it's like acting normal. Let me open up another Twitch tab just to see if it's like just your page and it has to do something like with because I'm a mod or something for you.
They kept bickering until the boar was safe and sound on the cart. Only once they got back to her house and started bleeding the game did Sally get her business attitude back.
Sorry, in
You're
other
fine.
tabs you're gonna have to do voices for me.
The most valuable piece is the head. If we can find a noble willing to stuff it, hang it over his fireplace, and take credit for the kill, we can sell it for a high price. The pelt and meat are nothing special. Do you have plans for them? Lith nodded. All the meat will allow me to skip hunting for a while, so I prefer to keep it and mature it. As for the pelt, it should make a nice carpet for my parents' bedroom. Always a family boy, huh? Celia ruffled his head. This time, there was no mockery in her voice. I'm so proud of you. So considerate towards your family that I'll tan it for free. I still get half of the price of the head, though. Perfect, Lith said. Good, good. Our best shot is with Count Lark. He is both loaded and very proud of his hunting skills. I'll reach out to my contact in his manor and test the waters. Fingers crossed. Lith suffered at the idea of losing so much money, but half was better than nothing. He didn't know how to tan pelts or stuff heads, and lacked both the time and the instruments to do so. Even if he did, there's no way to sell merchandise outside of his little village. After Lith left Celia, he and Solus started chatting again, feigning ignorance about each other's feelings. Solus, I think that your help will be invaluable to help bring my martial arts training to the next level. Thoughts on that chapter?
Uh, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if the huntress lady already knows that like he's like a super magical child, wouldn't the pocket dimension just make it like easier, like without
But
like having to worry about other people?
but what about everyone else who doesn't know? What if they happen to see the pocket super dimension, you know?
Well, I mean, does his like family know that he like can hunt shit with like a detective life skill? That he can
No,
hunt stuff? No, how would they know about the pocket dimension?
I don't know, but an ad just started, so we are going to be discussing this for another minute and 30. I am so sorry for anyone who is out there having the ad,
I think
but
I'm your only viewer because I realized because Twitch like rolled back their super weird dumb change,
mods
and
don't count
everything's
as
back to normal
viewers.
again. Oh, then I guess it's just you as a viewer.
No,
Well, let me. Oh, no, well, actually, no. It's just you, broadcaster, and then the stream elements, Nightbot, and then me. Although for
it
some
does.
reason now my name is like uppercase Durar.
If some people don't chat and they've never chatted before, they don't show up. So whatever.
Huh.
Well, the ad
Oh,
break is almost over, so we are about to start reading in 22 seconds. I'm so sorry for anyone watching the VOD. I will, next time there is an ad break and we stop reading because of it, I will say skip ahead a minute and 30 seconds as it starts so you know when we're about to start reading. I'm sorry. Okay. Ad break is over now, correct me, Reno, y'all? People who are out there. The ad break is over, right?
yep,
Okay.
should be, yeah.
So, chapter 18, Heart to Heart. Until that moment, Lith's martial arts training had been really sloppy. Despite all his effort in a whole year of practice, he had barely managed to regain the skills of a fourth Kai Kaiyu of Jujutsu, the equivalent of an orange belt for karate. Okay. The only aspect he managed to step up to was the third Kaiyu, the equivalent to the green belt of karate. What are the orders of karate belts? Karate belt order. Okay. The orders are white, gold, green, purple, blue, red stripe, red. I'll add an orange belt. What? White, gold, green. Okay, so okay. White, gold, green, orange, purple, blue with red stripe, red with brown stripe, brown with single black stripe, brown with double black stripe, and then black belt. Okay. The aspects that he had the only aspect he had managed to step up to the third Caillou, the equivalent of green belt for karate, where his furt, furt weeks, footworks, and the fall techniques. Even that had been possible only because of his initial progression, dependently completely on him. Without a sparring partner, someone that could watch his moves and help him correct his mistakes, there was only so much he could do. He could either make a dummy move or train himself. He was not at the point where he could do both at the same time. Making a mud doll, performing human-like movements required a lot of concentration. That meant that he could only put the dummies. One sec. Why is that overlapping there? That meant that he could only put the dummies in a position to practice while they were once again still. List's body was even clumsier than his original one back on Earth. To make real progress, he needed to be hit, to be thrown around, and to practice all of his moves on a moving target. Yet Lith couldn't ask help from anyone. How could he possibly explain that he wanted to practice alien martial arts? What help could anyone give him? Not even knowing the basics of the basics. That's why he usually practiced in the middle of the night. Solus was a perfect solution for his problems. After further merging their mind, they had discovered a new use for the tower's core. Lith had just had to plant her in a mud doll to turn into a quasi golem, finally getting his sparring partner. Solus had all the human senses and more. As long as she had Lith's permission, she could consume his mana and perform spells he knew in his stead. Her nature was that of a magic tower. She was supposed to oversee countless floors and devices, even in her weakened state. Moving a poor excuse of a mud golem was easy as pie. Solus further improved Lith's idea by managing to make the golem's body soften at the right time before hitting him and being hit. Brain failure.
Oh, your mic also cut out just a tiny bit through Discord.
She had also. Where was I? I'm so sorry.
Oh, the stream's kind of lagging a little bit. You're just like getting really grotesque freeze frames that do not help your face at all.
Why is it doing that? Pissing me off. I hate it, but I can't do anything about it because I don't know why it's doing that.
You wonder if a bunch of people are also on the college Wi-Fi?
At this time, no.
Maybe it's like just maybe they're doing like tests or some shit or what, I don't know.
It says it should be stable right now.
You're moving at like 1 frame every like few seconds.
Why is it
Like
doing
1 to 2
that?
frames a second.
You're on mod view, so I don't gotta keep that open. Is it fixing itself now?
Let's see. I'll have to wait for it. I can reload my browser. Or I mean refresh, reload, same thing. No, it's like still the same.
Why? Because that's probably why people are leaving. If I have people and then they leave, you know?
Yeah.
Um, Stream laggy. Brown, 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 brown.
I'm opening up like a Fallout 76ers stream just so I can get like some like a link so I can get like the drops and shit from Fallout 76. Just having that on in the background for me. Your screen is just frozen. Like your stream is just frozen.
Why?
Oh, it just moved a little bit.
Yeah, and I just lost 2 viewers. Love it. Whatever. I gotta figure this out someday. Oh well, I'm gonna just keep going.
Alright.
How's it looking now, by the way?
Uh, it's still kind of
Yeah.
frozen.
My bitrate's fine, so there should be no reason it's doing that.
Let's see. I'm gonna look at like a um, let me refresh my page again and see if it changes. Still, I mean, it's moving a little faster now, but not really. Like your frames are slowly but surely coming back, but when I say slowly, I really mean slowly. They're gonna like open up somebody else's stream and their stuff's running smoothly, so it's not, unless it's like you need to like start it up again. But even if you started, it's been well, you know what I mean. It's been lagging like all night for you, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I guess like closing it out,
Setting,
starting it up again wouldn't really.
output. What if I change this to this? How is it looking right now?
You're still kind of just like
I'm moving it out.
frozen. I'm gonna try to type in something in chat, because what if it's like what if it's your camera and not your. I'm just gonna. Just try something, just see if it shows up in the. No, it's the whole thing. It's just.
I'm gonna stop going live for a second.
Alright.
It should keep recording. Are you able? Have you figured out how to edit yet?
Nah, no, I'm still kind of shit at it. Terrible.
Have you
I'm
figured out how
awful.
to like cut two parts
Uh,
and splice them together?
you can kind of just like cut like parts out from YouTube, but I haven't quite figured out how to cut the audio parts out yet.
No, I just mean like the whole part, like
Oh, yeah, no, you can like you can like cut. You can go in the YouTube editor and just like cut full parts out of it, but like little audio parts and stuff, it's kind of just like no. I haven't figured that out yet.
I can't change the stuff without stopping the recording.
Oh, here you go. Your live stream just said there was a network error. Please try again.
Right. Money, money, money. Ain't it funny? In a rich man's world. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna trust you to fix this on the YouTube when I upload it.
Alright.
I believe in you. Okay, time to start streaming again. And we're gonna hope it fixes itself. Funny. What? I should be live again.
Yeah, let me refresh this.
Hopefully.
Oh, you got a really nice amount of followers.
I know. Why is my stream breaking? Stop streaming. Watch, it's gonna say I went live in a second. Right now, that since I stopped streaming, I stopped it from saying I went live. Which means we're back to Twitch channel. What the heck? Am I just gonna have to call it a night because my thing's having a stroke?
Yeah, it keeps like if you are live on your end, you're not live on Twitch.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping it'll fix itself after my end is live for a minute, but it doesn't seem that way. God, this pisses me off. Saying I'm not connected. What?
That's weird.
Stop settings. File settings. Stream. Output. basically telling me I'm not connected to the enemy, which I
Wow.
am. Well, I guess we gotta finish reading even for the recording anyway.
Alright.
I'm gonna do one more try to start it. On. On. I'm sorry, I'm making this hard for you to have to edit. Will you try and
Now.
get it uploaded by tomorrow?
I don't know, because I might go to sleep by the end of this. My sleep schedule has been messed up, but at the same time, I've not been, like, sleeping greatly. If that makes any sense. I've been sleeping, like, longer. Like, a lot longer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. 3, 2, 1, and then this is where you'll cut it to.
Alright.
This way, she was able to put enough strain on this body to train it and avoid any possible injury by accident. She also had access to all his memories, including all his master's teaching. Solus was unable to use those memories to correct Lith's mistake, and that helped him improve by leaps and bounds. Wait, was able, not unable. Thanks to invigoration, Lith was now able to stay awake for a whole month before his performance started to decline and forced him to rest. Thanks to Solus, whenever he would meet a bottleneck, he would train martial arts, then only needed to take a short break from fatigue when it became too much. Light magic would mend his muscles, making them recover and grow stronger in a matter of minutes, dissipating the accumulated lactic acid at the same time. During those moments, Lith and Solus would chat heart to heart.
So what do you plan to do in the future? Why do you put so much effort into all this training? Magic, martial arts, hunting. Why don't you stop from time to time just to smell the roses?
Solus
Solus asked.
asked, "Whenever I
Whenever
take
I
a
take sorry, that's still Solus, I think.
uh,
In the mind, yeah. Whenever I take a break, I start thinking about the future. That scares. Oh no, that is him. Never mind. Whoopsie daisies.
whenever I think about, whenever I take a break, I start to think about the future. That scares me to death. I already know how. I already know that death is a trap that forces me to switch to one hell to another. I don't want to live my life in a small village. Just the idea is equivalent to death, to the death penalty. Doing the same routine over every day in a prison without bars where I'm forced to lie every single day, waiting to die and start it all over again. I can't bear the thought. My plan is to test the body's limits, and get as strong as I can. So once I reach adulthood, I will be able to explore this world to see if it's worth living in. If either this body or this world meet my expectations, I would strive all my life to find a way to prevent me from passing into another world after my death.
How?
Solus asked. I don't know. I'm still ignorant as a baby about magic. All I know is its practical use. I have no idea if it's possible to create magical artifacts. If my hypothesis is correct, I could become a lich.
And what if both the world and your. Oh no, wait. That's. Wait. Hold on. Oh, no, that's still you. Never mind. Oops. The words are blending together for me.
I hope that when push comes to shove, I will also have found a way to retain both my mana, core, and muscle memory with thought.
Oh. And what if both the world and your body fail you?
In that case, I would not mind starting my journey once again. If I have to live a crappy life in a crappy world, I might as well depart early. If I keep moving around until I roll up my 100 and get born as a perfectly healthy young master of a filthy rich family, a chosen one or whatever, it's just a matter of luck.
What about your family? Are you going to abandon them like that?
Sol's question made Lith ponder seriously about that matter. Of course not. Making them lose their son, that their brother, for no reason, even without giving them a body to bury, is too cruel. Even for me. I'll stick around until my family needs me before checking out. Solus giggled.
Don't you see? Things are not actually all black and white like you make them out to be. When you awoke in this world, you couldn't wait to die, to re-roll, as you say. Then you chose to stay for the magic. Now you are willing to continue this life for someone else's sake. Give yourself some time. I think that continues it. The
Yeah,
bad
that's Solus.
the bad people you met have reinforced your bias on life, but the good people are also slowly changing you. In the beginning, you couldn't care less about Tista's life, whereas now, it's all you think about. You hated Alina and Raz even before knowing them because of your issues with parental figures. They are not the parents who ruined your life on Earth, and this planet is not Earth. Give it a chance before doing something so extreme.
How do I know you're not telling me this stuff to only keep your host with ass?
Easy peasy, just read my mind. Actually, no, wait, that is Lith. Never mind.
No, it is her.
Okay, then easy peasy, just read my mind.
After checking it thrice, Lith could not find any hidden agenda or egotistical reason. Damn it, all this mind link stuff is so irritating. I can't get out of this argument without mistrust or doubt. It's my loss. Or at least now, you are barely a month old. Life will change you, it always does. Solus giggled again.
Or maybe it will change you. You will start warming up to me. Then you will have to take care of me for your whole life, hubby.
Lith felt cold chills run down his spine. Please don't call me that again. I'm ready to go again. Don't go easy on me.
I never do.
Solus replied, getting on Lith's already shaken nerves. Thanks to all that experience, Lith would quickly overcome any bottlenecks as soon as he could feel the bottled up impurities trying to find their way out again. Lith had pondered if it was the case of getting rid of impurities as the same way he did for the rest of his family, but after discussing with Solus, he decided against it. The purification method he had devised for Chista was an artificial method, even though it gave some benefits in the term of physical appearance and resistance to illness. Their magical power and physical prowess never got
Yeah.
enhanced. Lith had no idea why the impurities had to travel to the mana core before getting expelled, inflicting such excruciating pain, but it was worth the cost. Even it happened during one of their sparring sessions. As soon as Lith realized what was happening, he quickly undressed himself not to taint his clothes. This time he offered no resistance, discovering that it wasn't so painful after all. Lith expelled far more impurities than last time, letting them come out of his pores and orifices. The stench was so bad that he was about to faint before managing to destroy them with dark magic. He was completely exhausted. This time, not even invigoration could replenish his energy. He needed to sleep. After a bath, I stink so bad that I could raise the dead. Solus ignored the obvious remark.
It's exactly as you remembered. Whatever happens to you is like a sword getting tempered and purified at the same time. Both your body and mana core have undergone qualitative changes again. I think your potential skyrocketed. Now you are stronger than my bare minimum requirements. You still need to work hard to develop your skills, though.
And so, Lith continued his routine until the day of the spring festival came. Okay, so everyone who is watching the VOD, we are going to be ending it here because the stream went down a few minutes ago and we haven't been able to get it go back up, and I don't want to read too far ahead after the stream. And it's been 2 hours. So thank you all for coming out. We will be posting in later this week or sometime next week. I will see y'all next time.